All right, David. Thank you so much for your time today. Really glad to come in and talk to you a little bit.
Yeah, nice to finally meet you in person.
Yeah, that's terrific. So good news coming out of the market recently for you guys. I saw the stock price is up pretty significantly over the last month. That's exciting.
That's always exciting around here. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've had a pretty good month actually.
yeah,
So came into the year kind of tough comps, but then things started to look nice
yeah,
over the past 30 days or so.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Hearing the same thing, talking to a lot of other banks as well. They're running into issues with certain markets being down. It seems like the startup market isn't quite as hot as it was the last couple of years. People are kind of shifting back to more traditional investments. Which reading a couple articles, it sounds like Citibank's doing very much the same thing.
Yeah, I can't speak specifically for the venture space. Are you into that line of work?
I am, yeah. Well, I mean, at MIT Sloan recently, and heard a couple interesting things they were saying, and coming out of Carnegie Mellon as well. That's a big part of what we did there. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got a couple of buddies in venture. It'll be tough.
Do you have any history of our company? Know really anything about what we're up to?
Only from what I know on your intro email. I know you guys are working on something to do with network reliability.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So our product is effectively a crystal ball that allows you to predict when networks are going to be going down, and really it's kind of a detector of earthquakes, more or less, that would allow an engineer within your company to identify when a system is potentially going to go down, and then they could design around it so that fault will not occur.
Interesting.
So it's a pretty interesting technology. It was developed initially in Israel for a company that was potentially under attack from Scud missiles and their company, both in terms of immediate lost revenue from inability to trade and also lost trust with customers. Is that something that would be of concern to Citibank?
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
So we spend, a ton of money just so we don't go out,
Sure.
right? That's not a fire that we want to fight. It could cost a ton of money. We're always looking in this space. That we're always investing.
Sure.
But to be honest, I see a lot of companies that claim to do what your company says they can do.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great point. And as you know, we're a very young company as well. So the things we do have in our corner, one, we've got great funding from a number of venture capitalists, both in the U.S. and in Israel. We have a beta site up and running with John Hancock Insurance, which, while not exactly in the banking world, it's a lot of similar transactions within their data. And we've also had the opportunity to test this product on a large number of routers to prove that it's actually going to work.
Well, let me tell you, Chris, we're going through some changes here at Citi.
Sure.
We're really focused on cutting costs.
Yep.
I mean, just between you and me, we're kind of in a hiring freeze right now. So I looked at your price sheet,
Yeah.
100 grand up front, and then maintenance costs of 15 grand a year.
Sure.
I'm not sure if right now we're able to pull the trigger on something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a totally fair point. I would also offer the thought that I'd imagine you've got a number of people monitoring your systems right now and trying to predict when these outages are going to happen. The standard programmer or software engineer who's doing that work probably costs about $100,000 to $120,000 in salary, probably $200,000 burdened up with all their insurance and everything.
Yeah.
Our product is a great way to drive down that cost and oversee your entire system all at one time for an annual ongoing cost of $15,000, which is effectively a 90 to 95% reduction over what you were paying before. Totally understand that the upfront cost is a concern, and that's potentially something that we could talk about if we wanted to distribute some of that cost over the lifetime of the contract.
Okay.
And even that is too far down the road for our conversation right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What I would love to do actually is come in and demonstrate the products for you sometime, bring in a couple of our lead engineers to show exactly how it works, potentially get you on the phone with somebody over at John Hancock so that you could talk to them about their experience with us, and then we could potentially talk about moving forward from there.
Interesting. Yeah, I think a test would be the natural next step.
Okay.
You impress me then maybe we'll move on to proof of concept.
Okay. Great.
Awesome.
Sounds good. So I'll follow up with your assistant, and we'll try to get something on the calendar
All right.
for the next couple of weeks.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. Thank you very much.